What's up, guys? Gino and Steve here from Hachi Machi. Today we're talking about Marvel.
Yeah, excited about this one. A lot of cool things that came out. I mean, if you're a comic book fan, this thing hits on every level.
Absolutely. And this one was super anticipated. It's finally nice to get our hooks in and actually play with some of these cards.
Yeah, I know there's been a lot of talk ever since the Secret Layers dropped, right? And about what's going to happen with all of the Soul Stones and everything. So I feel like this one is like gotten past the universes beyond of small set, and this is like the Avengers have come to assemble.
Absolutely. And it's funny though, because like we still don't even know what the plan is for all the stones, right? Like they seem so like mid and they're like the highest priced cards, the chase card, they're super hard mythic to pull. And like we still don't even know what the plan is. So that's kind of interesting. All the speculation on what they could be doing with these stones.
Yeah, all the stones seem like it's something that each one of the colors already does, right? And so you're just getting another card that just does it always, and it's
It's in
an
color pie.
indestructible
Yeah.
mana rock, right? So I
A
mean, it's
two
like
rock that
just
comes
the
in
run of the mill.
untapped. Who doesn't
Yeah,
like that, you know?
everybody likes a two rock.
Absolutely. All right. Well, so I mean, let's just kind of dig right into like our feelings on this set. I've seen a lot of other content creators and how they feel. What are your feelings on the set, Steve? How do you feel about Marvel?
So from a commander's perspective, it's great, right? It's a character-based set. If you're either new coming in or you've been playing for a while, there's like a character in each one of these that should hit, on if you're an artifact lover, if you're an aristocrats lover, if you like life gain, and if you're a humans, person, if you're a villains person, right? It's going to be able to hit on each one of those. So I,
So
I
many
think they did a
archetypes are
really
getting a
solid
lot of
job.
love. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. If you're constructed, that's a different conversation, right? So that's not what we're here to do. I mean, I'm a big fan of more legendaries, right? It just allows more people to be able to do more things.
I like that we're
Reverse
seeing
side of that is that
legendaries at
legendary
common
matters.
and uncommon for the popper commander players, and just having them at different rarities is kind of cool. Like it's not always the most optimized commander. Maybe you have something that's a little underpowered, but it still gets you into the colors you want. And maybe you want to build a theme deck or like a bracket 1 or 2 deck. I think that opens a lot of cool doors for those people that want to do those kind of build those kind of decks, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see Wizards like really lean into keeping bracket one, right? And I wonder if this was like sitting in the background of that conversation of like, hey, we're gonna have a bunch of uncommons that are just
Totally.
vanilla 4/4s,
Yeah,
right? To
right.
where you could start doing that based off the character. But I mean, I'm an uncommon legendary builder by nature at this point. I feel like the uncommons feel more like old commanders, right? Because the new
Totally.
ones they're awesome. I mean, they're great decks to build, but
Super
the
pushed.
uncommon ones, I kind of give
Yeah.
you the restriction, right,
Yeah.
of not being that powerful. Although there is an uncommon that we'll be talking about later that you and I feel is
Ooh,
probably one of the
mama.
best
That one
cards in
is
the
like,
set.
can't wait to talk about that one. That one's pretty awesome.
That's real good.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, I think that I'm seeing less and less complaints about Universes Beyond just in general. I think it's part of what we're going to be dealing with now. So it's like if you look past that and look at the set as itself, it's a big set. There's a lot of cards in here. There's a lot to dig through, and like you kind of already touched on, like every archetype got some love. So it's like no matter what kind of deck you're into, you got some new toys and like just a lot of cool stuff to really put into decks. I've been upgrading decks like crazy, and I can't wait to get some of these cards on the battlefield because like you could tell they're going to be good. But I want to see how good they're actually when you draw it. Like, is this something I wish I drew, or is it something that I might cut? Because you keep seeing it, it's like it's so situational, you know?
Yeah, I mean, for the only negative thing that I've seen on this is that like the syndrome of eight Spider-Man, right?
Yeah,
However,
right.
the reverse side of that is like somebody that's built Vorthos decks, right? Like having six of the character in is great, right? Because
Helps the
it's like
theme.
that's the
Yeah,
story I'm telling anyways,
the
right? Most of
flavor.
these
Yeah,
cards are like hitting in different. If you're a comic book fan, you'll see them in different modes of the storylines that they're in.
yeah,
So that's
totally.
really awesome. But yeah, I mean, this set is huge to where I feel like it's been out for a few weeks right now, and there's like still cards that I'm discovering that I didn't even know existed.
Same. Yeah, especially when it comes to Jumpstart. There's so many gems in that set too, or the like just commander cards that I haven't seen yet. So I'm still digging through this and finding like all these cool cards that need to be put in some of my decks for sure.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that for ever since Jumpstart came out to be a thing, like actually playing Jumpstart is okay, right? It's like a
Yeah,
side thing to
it's
do.
fun. Yeah,
But they
totally.
have like the most fun commanders are in the Jumpstart sets. I mean, there's a lot in this one, but it's like the wild ones, that they like really stretch are in there because they not constrained by something breaking a constructed format or something like that. So I feel
Yeah,
like
totally.
it's like the modern sets that used to come out for modern players, but this
Yeah,
is like
yeah.
for commanders to like see how wacky we can get it.
Like that new Doctor Doom, like instant CDH staple. I think
But
the
yeah,
one that says just
easily.
win the game on it. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah, it turns out win the game on a card, good.
Yeah, seems good, especially in black.
Right, right. Kill everything, win game, great, got it. Play him mono black.
Well, what are some of the cards that you're like super excited about this set? Maybe that you haven't got into a deck yet that you're thinking that you'd like to try out and see what they're like when you actually draw it.
Yeah, so I mean, for me, it's the Bruce Banner card. Like, it's one of the decks that I've been sitting here trying to build, and there's just like so many things you can do with it being
The
teamer,
teamer one, right? The
right?
flip one.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
the flip one. There's just like so many things that you can do with this thing, especially now that they've like kind of changed since you can cast both sides of the card, right?
yeah, it's
There's like
pretty
ways
sweet.
to like cheat these things in, put them into the graveyard, bring it back out. So, and I mean, having it being three colors is like destroying my brain right now because it's, the stack is like 350 cards that could go into this thing. So I mean, Chris had a really good idea, the other host that you guys are used to seeing, that he's just like, just play Gruul, and it just so happens to have blue. I was
Yeah,
like, ah, man, genius, you fixed it. You fixed it.
yeah. I
That,
mean,
that that's like my
we all
top
know that
one.
you're a Gruul player, but then you splash
Right.
some blue for some bounce. Like, all right, let's go.
Right, right. Just use the front as card draw, and then let's just go. The
Yeah,
uh the second
the
one is
bad side has brain
Mjolnir.
geyser. How bad is that? Right, that's okay
Right.
with me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the worst. The other one
Absolutely.
is Mjolnir. Like, I haven't pulled it yet. It's one of the ones that I want to pull. That this equipment is just so insane. It's so
Oh, yeah,
good, right? The
yeah.
fact that you can have Pyroclasm as a discard for it,
It's pretty
and by the
nice.
way, just double all damage quick creature would deal, right? So I mean, obviously this would go into burn decks like Soul Flame decks and stuff like that.
Sure,
But I
it's
mean,
a
just as a Gruul player, I
homing
mean,
so many. Yeah,
right, I want to put this on Hulk, right? Because it
be
just
so
busts
good.
the theme. You should never be able to pick up Mjolnir, but he's still going to kill you with it.
He
What
is
about
a
you? Is
red
there anything that
legendary
that, that
creature,
you
so
got?
he is worthy. He is
Right,
worthy.
right. Is there anything that you've got that you put into your decks yet, or something that you want to put in there that you haven't been able to?
Captain America Living Legend is the one I've got in that is just I put it in my station deck. I've got Infinite Guideline Station, and that is just when you can like crew or station something, then untap it and do it again. It just feels broken.
God,
It's
this
like
card makes you
gives
feel
everything
like,
vigilance. I mean, it's
yeah,
insane. Anything activated abilities. I've got like Bloom Tender in the deck, Faber Elder. It's just you're making so much mana stationing things. It's really awesome. It's been a house and it's uncommon. I'm gonna
yeah.
be
I mean,
putting
the,
that
the
into a
card
lot of
basically
decks.
says make your mana dorks tap for double, right? It's like a Kinnan deal. But the fact that you can like station them, you and I were talking about. We have a buddy that built this deck as running the helm of it, and I got hit with vehicles on like turn 4, turn 5. Like, I Parhelion 2 on turn 5, and Captain America hit me along with the Angels.
It's insane.
It was great. It's easily the strongest card that I've seen in play, especially as a commander, right? That it's just there
Yeah.
to access.
And uncommon. Like you don't see it coming. It's very like under the radar. I mean now the secret's out. Everyone knows the card's
Yeah.
busted, but at first glance I didn't think too much of it. And then like I saw it in action, I'm like, whoa, this thing is busted in half for sure.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see all of the stuff that ends up getting built with it. Like, once you get outside of like, the stuff that we see on the surface, right? Because there's so many twiddle things that you can do,
Oh
right?
yeah.
That this will probably end up becoming like a Tim deck, right? That you just keep
I mean,
pinging everybody out and figure out a
think
way to
about
keep nuking these
Shorikai.
things.
Like, my God, it'll be so good.
Oh,
Drawing like two cards, discarding, like
right.
making
Make a couple
pilots
pilots.
crew something. Like, yeah, it could be really cool.
Right.
Yeah.
So if we ever have another Ether Drift set, then obviously Captain America is the best one to make pilots for you.
Jam them in a race car. I also really want to see Hex Magic. I mean, that's a card I have set aside to put in some decks, but I think that's going to be pretty explosive in the right decks. Um, it's just too good. Like it just refills your
So
hand
good.
and still gives you access to your old hand. Like, yeah, that doesn't need any help. That
Yeah,
seems like it's
this
going to be pretty busted.
yeah, this set seems like it has some really good cards to be able to help out, what is the most common problem of card draw, right? So I did a spec on the 10 rings.
Well, yeah.
This
How'd you
card,
do?
great. So I had a buddy that was on TCG when I was reached out to a couple of groups that I'm in, asking like, hey, I'll trade for these cards if you guys pull them.
Yeah, looking to
And
get
he's like,
one.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
right.
make an order. Right, right, right. Yeah, just wanted one extra, right? And he's like, I'll make it a TCG order if you want to place it. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And I was like, how much are they? And he's like, $6 each. Sold. By the
Yo,
time it got to me in
six
like a week and a
bucks.
half, these things are like $30. Like, oh my God.
they're probably getting played in other formats too, and then in Commander, we know it's just so good, so,
Yeah, this thing immediately went into my Tanic deck, right? That I
yeah.
can I can warp this thing in for 3, right? Move to end step, draw
So
10,
good.
warp it out, and then clean my hand up,
Yeah, right.
right?
Oh,
Whatever.
it's
Maybe throw a little madness in there, you know, little
yeah, right.
mayhem.
Mayhem, I love it. What else you got on the list of cards that you're looking to try out in decks? Anything that, jumps out at you?
Yeah, so I have an Ishin deck that I like tooling around. I keep it as a 2. There's no game changers in it because I feel like double combat triggers are enough for it to be a 3, right? That it's just such a house when it happens. So Hawkeye
So
Master
aggro,
Marksman.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so good. Hawkeye Master Marksman. So I have this card actually in my Earmere deck, which is a humans deck, and
I
I only
haven't
put
seen
it
that
in
include
there.
yet. Okay.
Yeah, I only put it in there really for card draw. Well, card selection because it allows you to discard and then draw a card.
Yeah.
But then when it's in play, like the ability to be able to pay 3 to be able to have a creature not block, right? And then deal 2 damage to target player, it became way more consequential than I thought it was going to be.
All those modes are good. Yeah, I mean, it's first strike
Yeah.
reach. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. So I mean, he's not going to double trigger Initiation, right? But he's going to be able to clear the way for things that are usually killing my stuff that I am attacking with because I always have to keep attacking, right?
oh,
Which
yeah.
is like
That's the
which
whole
brings me
deck?
to right, right. So
Yeah, right.
I'm glad we're on this. Is there a card that is there another one that you got?
Shang-Chi, and obviously this is like a very well-known card, but, I haven't pulled one yet, and I haven't seen it in action. I haven't bought one yet, but, you could just tell on the face it's gonna be a strong, good card.
Yeah, so this is actually like one of my favorite arts of the whole set. The like comic book art that they
The
did
comic
for
book
some of
art is
these ones.
so good. Yeah, they're
It's so
crazy.
over the top. If you can get
Yeah,
this thing in foil, that it's like one of those cards that reminds me of like old foils. That it's just so good compared to the regular card, which
yeah.
which I wish that most foilings still had that feeling. But this is definitely one of them. That dragon that they put with it, it's beautiful.
It's gorgeous, yeah. I mean, all the comic book arts, even on, like, the special guest cards, the full art comic book ones, so
Mhm.
those even look pretty cool to me.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of these arts. So the fact that they did the like obviously the hitters of the set or the mythics that they wanted that they went back to like issue 1, but
Mhm.
just just with their names in the background, right? And the alt art there. I actually like most of those better than the first print comic of him, like the Wolverine in his old yellow
Oh,
and
yeah,
blue, right?
totally.
Namor,
Yeah, those look great.
you know. Yeah, so it's as a comic book fan, right? Before I even played indie games or anything,
Yeah.
that these are things that I easily could collect and then frame and then put up, right? As a
I
comic book
mean,
guy.
it's just such a collectible thing.
Yeah, this set very much feels to where collector boosters and collector packs, I've never really bought them, right? And so even in other sets, the Spider-Man set, I didn't either. But this is like the first one that I would buy them, right? Just to be able to get, or I would buy the ones that came out of the collector because it
Yeah.
feels like an actual collector piece.
There's definitely a lot of slots in these packs, between being able to open jumpstart cards, the comic book cards, the special guest full art comic ones. There's a lot of cool different variants that you can be pulling in these packs, and I've bought a lot of them. I'm probably 5 boxes deep at this point.
Yeah, I'm
Still
only 3 in, so still scratching the surface.
still haven't pulled the Mind Stone. Still have not pulled the Doctor Doom, and this is like 5 collector boxes. It's pretty crazy how the mythics are pretty hard to pull. The pull rates on these are pretty crazy.
Yeah, yeah. So I actually got 1 Mind Stone. I only opened up play boosters at this point, but I love that even in the play booster that you can get the full background with their name in the back. Like even
Oh,
though
yeah.
it's not the comic book version ones, like these
Right.
still feel like the way that old packs used to open, right? That you would still get like the Daredevil Man Without Fear. That in foil is amazing.
Yeah. I like that they are putting those in play boosters so that it's like you can still get the excitement of pulling like the cool alternate printings.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. The comic book ones are obviously going to be the ones that, scalpers end up getting their hands into, right? And then it ends up going into out to Comic Cons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The real comic book fans will probably keep driving these up. So as you get them, I mean, even if they're the less played of them, I mean, these will hold their value, right? And especially as more Marvel sets come out, these will only increase, just like the Soul Stone did. right? When
Oh,
the
yeah,
Mind Stone came out, right? The Soul Stone
absolutely.
shot right back up.
Yeah, no doubt.
So accessibility might be a problem with the stones. It's probably going to be the biggest one, right? So it'll probably be hard to. Hopefully, in the future, I thought for sure that on the like secret page or whatever they're calling it in this set, whatever the bonus sheet is,
Yeah.
that I thought for sure that they were going to put in the Soul Stone as a reprint, right? And then keep doing it with these stones as they go along.
Yeah, I think they're gonna keep that in the Spider-Man set, so that set's gonna grow legs later, I think. I think people are gonna
Yeah,
have to go back to cracking those packs later when it's gonna be harder to find the Soul Stone.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. And,
It
and
was
it's
a
got, I mean,
wildly
it's got some of the
under
best art.
open set, right? So it's like people are gonna go back and crack those packs later.
Right. And once you get to like the Spider-Man comic version ones of any of the cards, right, with Spider-Man being such a huge IP, right,
Yeah.
those will only just continue to keep shooting up, right?
Yeah,
So,
totally.
but the set itself, it's awesome. The only other card that I wanted to make mention of was the Ares card, the
Yeah,
one that
that card's cool.
attacks each turn if able, and
Yeah.
attacking creatures if they die, put it back in your hand. So, I mean, obviously, as being a Gruul player, I just love attacking, right? Because let's just keep the game moving, right? We're
Yeah,
here,
right.
we're here to have a good time, not a long time, right? And so Ares is like this same feeling, right? So this is a cool combat deck, right? This is like get all your cards that force combat, keep people moving. It's awesome that I could put Carter in another deck, right?
No,
So
I
that your
think I
go
think the
deck cycle,
design's really cool here, yeah. I
yeah,
like it a lot. And it even
yeah,
has some combo potential if you're into that, right? Because I
right.
think you'd be able to do some ninjutsu stuff. There's gotta be something kinda broken where you can loop some ninjutsu. I don't know. Maybe not, but it seems like there's some kind of potential there for some shenanigans.
Yeah, I
Not
mean
really
this
my
could
play style,
easily,
but
right, yeah. Yeah, you and I aren't combo players by nature. We
no.
just if it happens, if you ever play with us and we end up in a combo, we're sorry
We
we didn't
walk
see it.
backwards into it, I
Right.
promise. We're value
Yeah.
players. Like, I love a good bracket 2
So
or
so
bracket
now that we
3
talked
deck.
about some of the stuff that we liked about it, are there any cards that were underwhelming for you that you thought were going to be the bee's knees?
I didn't think it was gonna be the bee's knees, but just looking at it, Doctor Doom was not very strong. As for being such a main villain of the set, I mean, you're paying 6 mana for a 3/3 that makes 2 3/3s? I mean, I guess you're getting 9 power toughness for 6 mana? I don't know. It just seemed pretty underwhelming to me that the big villain of the set was so meh, you know?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought this one up because like in the lore of the Fantastic Four and like just Marvel itself, like when you're in this storyline, like Doctor Doom is like so over the top villain,
Yeah,
right?
right.
That it's almost like the counter to like what people would see as like in like a DC world of Superman, but the villain, right? Like a dark side is where Doctor Doom is. So I feel the same as you, right? I have not seen Thanos in play, but from what I've read of the card, it looks pretty powerful. But Doctor Doom is so underwhelming, so underwhelming about everything that he's doing. And the worst part of it is that if somebody just deals, if they Avengers disassemble, they kill your Doom bots, right? And then you're left with this 3/3, and you hope you make it to your end step so you can lose a life and draw a card for 6 mana.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of a miss. Yeah, I mean, I was hoping I don't want totally busted cards, but this feels pretty underwhelming for a mythic. Like, the rate just doesn't seem right. I mean, could he be 4 mana? Could he be a 6/6? Like, anything? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if this was probably at a lower mana value, this would feel a lot different, right? If this was like maybe a 3, like at 3, this would be insane, right? 4
Totally.
would
Yeah.
kind of cap it. I'm wondering if constructed and the fear of constructed being warped by this card, right? Because you are getting 3 bodies, which I know is a big deal in constructed. I don't play too much of it. It's like really no. But maybe that's what
Yeah,
had a
that
cap on
makes
it. But
sense.
I'm 1,000% with you.
Yeah. How about you? What's an underwhelming card that you felt just didn't hit the mark?
Yeah, so for me, it's kind of a shame because I'm a big fan of land destruction, right? You don't have to do it in mass land destruction if you don't want to be that guy, but just land destruction in
Get
general.
that guy's
But
cradle out of here, man.
right, yeah, I mean, there's just so many overpowered lands that just bring it back. That Fin Fang Foom,
Yeah.
cool constructed deck, but I mean, there's only so many stone rains that you can copy, before everybody's like, okay, we get it, we get the gimmick,
Yeah.
right? And
I
so
wanna build it. I wanna build a bracket 4, and I want it to be mean.
yeah, so I mean, there's a bunch of cool stuff that you can do with it, right? You can just blow up everybody's lands, right? And then you're just swinging with a 3/5,
But you
to
put
just
2
be
counters
classic
on it
Magic.
each time, so it's like then it'll be a 5, then a 7. So he'll be a real threat here, not very long. And
Yes.
you can also put all the artifact hate in there too. So you can blow up. You can do tricky stuff too, turn other things into artifacts and then pop it,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, so this is destruction dot deck, right? So this
yeah,
is like
absolutely.
for the players that understand that like this is what you're trying to do. So
Yeah,
that's kind of like why Fin Fang Foom is like in the middle here for me, right? That it's like I love what it's doing, but actually in practice, like I wouldn't this would be like my Karn deck,
sure.
right? That I can only take Karn out with certain people, right? That are like, hey, we're playing a bracket four, right? I might
Yeah.
be able to, start destroying lands, right? And then that's kind of what we're here to do.
It's like turn grid
That's
though,
really my
right?
only problem with it.
When you're across the table from this is in the command zone, you know what kind of game you're about to have. And if you don't,
Yeah,
well, I'm sorry, you're about to have a really bad time. Like, because your mana rocks can't even save you. Like, yeah, you're gonna get cooked here for sure. Like,
right. You know what I mean? And everybody, just kind of knows what that does. But the biggest one for me was Wolverine Fierce Fighter. Like the
okay,
card is like, it's just so meh,
is it
right?
the
Because the
mono
first
green
one,
one or
no,
the
it's the
damage?
it's the Gruul one.
The gruel one.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
well,
he's
explain that one. I don't
two and
remember that one.
two. Yeah, he's 2 and 2 Gruul. Haste.
Okay,
Whenever Wolverine enters, he fights up to one target creature. If damage would be dealt to Wolverine, instead that damage is dealt, but all other damage already dealt to him is healed. So like it comes in and fights, but then it can do
okay,
other things, and that initial fight doesn't hurt it. Right.
okay.
So it's like cool on the heal factor,
Yeah,
right? But I would have thought after the first one that they did in the secret layer that this next one would have been much stronger than that, right? That this would have felt like what everyone knows Wolverine in the X-Men universe to be.
I wonder if it's the same thing that you said. Maybe it's because it constructed. Maybe they had to kind of put more
Could be.
guardrails on things.
Yeah.
The first one, the one that you built was really good. The one from the secret layer.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that one like just feels Wolverine, right? Like I'm gonna
Oh,
fight
yeah.
you. It's gonna deal double damage. That's what I mean. That it's like just so big, right? But it's Voltron, right? Like it's only one guy that's gonna be doing it. So that's kind of like the underwhelming ones for me. They just didn't really hit.
Yeah. No, understood. Have you seen anything that was just completely busted? What have you seen that you've liked the
Yes,
most? That's let's hear it.
World War Hulk. This
Yeah.
card is insane, right? You could power this thing out on turn, depending on
Turn
what bracket
3?
you're in, right?
Yeah,
But even
right.
if you're playing in a bracket two, you could get this thing out on turn three, like you're saying. And
Oh, yeah.
usually in bracket twos, you're just playing big chonky boys,
Oh, yeah.
right? And so you'll you'll just drop a Gulta in on turn three,
Can't
right?
wait to
That
put
this
this in
card
my
is so
Atali
nuts.
CDH deck. It's gonna be awesome. Because getting the 5 mana, you could even potentially do that turn 1
Right. And
in
I mean the fact
CDH,
that
yeah.
it not only just does that, that it does two other things on top of it, right? So I mean the other two aren't like too over the top, right? So World War Hulk is three, it's 5 mana, 3 and 2 green. The next red or green spell or creature spell you cast this turn, you can cast without paying its mana cost. Right. So
And
that's
you can
just
do that from the
bananas to begin
command
with.
zone. So
From the command zone, right? You just Hulk right in.
yeah,
Right. And so
right.
that's what I mean, like with the teamer deck. There's stuff like this in
Totally.
that, really cheated.
Just
But then the
slamming
second
Hulk on
mode
the
is you put
backside.
right. You're just getting clapped with an 8/8 on turn three. Right. So but then the other ones
Amazing.
you put counters on them. And then the last one is you choose a creature and you double its power and toughness and it gains trample. So I mean it's also a finisher too, right? So
Yeah, those
it
are great
feels very
things, but this
Hulk.
could be a one chapter saga and I'd still play it. Like
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Right, this could be
yeah.
just a green spell
It's just
at
a
5 mana,
ritual,
it says
kind
it
of.
does
Just get the
this.
5 mana that you can cast any red creature. Like it's pretty good.
Right, so I mean, it's cool that, like, they made Hulk feel like Hulk, right? The Bruce Banner and Hulk, Mythic feels very Hulk, the World War Hulk feels very Hulk, so that's been cool. What about you? Is there any, cards that have really gone over the top for
The
you?
one I've seen in play that is the scariest by far is the unbeatable Squirrel Girl. That
What a house.
commander is just so insane. It doesn't take much to make infinite squirrels once you get like a guy's cradle type effect out and untapper. I've seen it where like someone just makes like 9,000 squirrels. It's like, wow, like it's goes pretty crazy. So that one you have to watch. If someone casts it, there's going to be shenanigans for sure.
Yeah, I've seen this one in play, and it was even just in a Squirrel tribal deck, so they're, like, playing bad squirrels, but even when you play bad squirrels, like, this is the squirrel commander now.
Yeah, this
Like
is
all the rest of them will be replaced, and
King of
if you're
the
not
Hill.
playing it, you're
Yeah,
purposely doing it,
totally.
right? So another one for me is Captain Marvel, Spaceborne. It's the
Okay, yeah.
uncommon 5 that lets,
Yeah.
it's flying vigilant. As long as an opponent has cast a spell this turn, you may cast spells as though they had flash.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Turns out most things in mono white with flash are really good.
Yeah.
Right? Have you ever like completed your turn and then somebody flashed in an Elvish Norn on you?
No, it's horrible.
It's horrible, right? It's
Yeah,
horribly
right.
awesome in mono white,
That's great. I haven't
right?
seen this one in
No
the
matter
wild
what
yet.
version of Elvish Norn you're putting in,
Yeah,
right?
name one. They're all good.
At flash
Yeah.
speed, right? So this is a cool play on like what Gandalf was doing with white and artifact spells, right?
Yeah,
But
that
this
was
one,
what was
Marvel
that
just is any
historics?
spell.
Was it
Yeah, it's like historic and white.
okay.
Yeah, but Marvel goes like one step further. I mean, it's a mana more, but he goes one step further,
Yeah,
right? To where it's just any spell,
that's so awesome.
right? So the only downside is that you time walk someone because they don't cast a spell, which will never happen.
Yeah,
So that's the only way they're playing around it. So there's
right.
like cool flash stuff you can do, like with protecting Marvel, right? With being able to flash that stuff in that's outside of like your normal protection spell. So that's why this deck I've seen it in play. It's really good. It's
I'm
really
okay
good.
with it, honestly. I think
Yeah.
mono white has needed help, just being a viable mono color, and I think something like this is kind of a cool new direction. I like it because
Yeah, Mono White's kind of
Flash
gotten
has kind of
tainted just
been
because of
blue's thing, so it's kind of a little bit of a pie break. Not totally. I know there are some white creatures
right.
with Flash, but it's a cool new space for sure.
Yeah, yeah. It's unfortunately White has gotten kind of a bad rap here over the past couple of years with Smothering Tide, right? Running rampant and then Trouble in Pairs, right? That's just the best card draw card I've seen in the game. But
It's
I mean, once
needed
you get
though.
outside of that, right? What are you doing?
Right? I mean, you got
You
Esper
know?
Sentinel. There's got some good pieces,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, all their good stuff's game changers, right? Or I mean, I guess Trouble in Pairs came off that list, but
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
That should
their
definitely be
good
back
stuff's
on. It
just
definitely
really
needs.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take it easy. We get some middle of the road good stuff for White. Does it all have to be off the charts? Like they're already the best at making tokens and removing stuff. Like we don't need them to have everything now.
Right. Right.
Awesome. Have you seen any plans in play? The new enchantment type?
The only one that I saw in play was the one that has Kingpin on it. That one did all
Okay.
right. They all feel very fair in what they're doing. They do a cool thing, and it doesn't take long for you to trigger them, right? They have pretty easy ways to
Yeah.
access it in the colors that they're in. But that's the only one that I've seen in play, and it was fair. It was good.
I got a villains deck, and I have Doom Reign Supreme. I thought that was kind of fun, where you get to like look at the top 5 cards of an opponent's library, and you can cast two.
It's cool because you get rewarded for doing what your deck wants to do, right? But
Absolutely.
in kind of a twist.
Like you always say, so you're working towards something. Like you're getting like your payoff for doing whatever the deck's trying to do, and then you get a little thing.
Yeah, it's cool the way that they design these because I've always been a big fan of having things that are on board that grow into something, right? So that way the knowledge is out there, and that way you have to plan against what I'm already showing you. It's kind of the same theory of when someone says they have a kill spell, like don't attack me, otherwise I'm going to kill it, right?
I'm
And
gonna
then you
make you
say,
use it.
well, I don't want it to die, right? So I'll just go over here, right? Like they cast it for free once,
Absolutely.
right? And so that's kind of how I feel about these plans is like you see what's coming, and if you don't do something about it, then it is going to happen.
It's telegraphed. You can see it
Right.
coming. You try to stop it if you can.
Yeah, I mean in higher power pods, like this probably isn't going to be, something that's going to, change your whole deck philosophy. Right.
Right.
But in lower, like in twos, this is great, right? Because it's cool for the board, right? To be able to see the telegraph things to open up that conversation that you're having, right?
Yeah.
About like, hey, this thing's about to pop off. Like, do you have anything on top of your deck because you've been manipulating it, right? That you
Right.
may want to get off of it,
Yeah. Right.
right? Type of deal. What do you need my help trying to do that? So, and if they use a removal on this plan, then it's like you've already won, right?
Yeah. It feels pretty bad getting rid of this thing. Yeah. One more thing I did want to talk about is the rare land cycle. I think these are actually pretty good. At first glance, I wasn't like super high on them, but like most of my decks, I'm gonna have a basic out, so they usually turn on, and they've been good so far. I think probably gonna snag these while they're still cheap because I think I can see these actually being a pretty good option for a dual land if you're playing more basics, of course.
Yeah, I think these do really well in 2-color decks.
Yeah, absolutely. It has to be
Probably
like
when I
two
get
or
in a
three.
3-color deck, except for the forest ones, right? The forests are just another one to be able to grab
Yeah.
with like a sky shroud or something like that.
No, they don't have types on it.
No, okay.
Yeah, there's
All
no
right, then
types.
retract all statements. I'm only
Yeah,
putting these in 2 color.
I would go up to 3 because I still run a good amount of basics. I'll probably still have about 15 basics in a 3-color deck.
I don't know how you fit them in. There's so many good lands. You wanna
Well,
know what the
you
problem
run a
is?
lot more
You're not
utility
running
than I
enough
do.
graveyard hate
That's
lands.
that's true. I only run 1 or 2 pieces. I'm not up to the 4 or 5 like you maniacs are.
So, yeah, I mean, if you're running basics and this is a great, you know, this is a great, way to build budget, right? So if
Yeah,
you've got a
absolutely.
regular pod or, like, you've got people that, don't wanna invest a lot, these lands are really good to be able to build decks to bring with you for people that have not played, right? So that way you're not investing a ton of money on your end,
Right, what are they
right? To
right
be
now?
able
They're
to
6 or
get a functional deck.
$7. They
Right.
get an untapped dual land. It's not bad.
These will probably end up I could very much see these being reprinted in Commander products,
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be a
right?
great spot
Unless
for 'em.
I mean, it'll tank the price, right? So it kinda depends on what Wizards wants to do with holding the, price value of a set. But, I
Yeah.
mean, these are like, because I said the same thing about Triomes, right? That it's like, why would they not just include this in every 3-color deck, right? And we've yet to see that. So there's that.
Yeah, that would be a tough ask. Same thing with, the battle bond lands, like, you'd figure those would just make it into precons too, and we've started seeing it a little bit, right? Was it this set of precons, we have some of the battle bond lands, right?
Yeah, yeah, they started to include, like, sprinkling them in, but, I mean, Battlebond came out, what, 10 years ago,
We're just
right? So
now
it's
seeing
taken.
them, yeah.
Right, right, so but by the way, like the segue, we need more two-headed giant. So if somebody from Wizards is watching this, give us another Battlebond set.
That'd be awesome.
You
What
know
a
how
fun
cool that
set
would
that
be
was.
with a with a two-headed giant in, like, a Marvel set, right? Because you could have the heroes with the villains, right?
That'd
You
be
build out 2
awesome.
decks that, like, work together.
Yeah, totally.
Dude, crossover
Yeah.
comics, it's endgame.
Print it, let's go.
Yeah, no pun intended on the Avengers there.
Awesome. Well, this is a great discussion about Marvel. It's a fun set. I'm gonna be buying a lot more of it. I can't wait to build some more of these decks.
Yeah, and in the
You
in the
haven't
comments, guys, if you could put in, like, what decks have you built, what cards that you like seeing, what overperformed for you, what have you done? Like, if you figured out a way to break Speedball New Warrior, that would be awesome to hear because I'm still racking my brain.
Yeah, let's hear it in the comments. I wanna see what you guys are excited about in this set. What have you built? And yeah, like Steve said, what's been overperformers for you? What are some of these hidden gems that may be uncommon that we need to know about?
All right, guys. Well, thanks for stopping in, hearing the things that we got to say about Marvel. Patreon will be releasing soon, so you'll see some updates there. You'll see some new gameplays, which I'll let Gino talk about here just for a second because we're really excited about them.
We can't wait. So we're finishing up the editing on the next one, and then we've got another 2 recorded that we're gonna be editing. So we're hoping to drop one, probably like once a month starting in August. Do we wanna share who the guests are, or do we wanna wait?
No, no, let's wait. Let's wait.
Okay, all right. Keep your eyes and ears open though, because we got some really good guests we can't wait to share with you guys. We got some fun games for you. All right, guys. Well, I think that's it, right?
Yeah. Thanks for coming.
All right. Thanks, guys.